definitely don't forget where I was.
It is my great pleasure to welcome our new football coach, Dave Huxtable.
We actually talk about that as a staff, and I talk to our players about that. It's real easy to just, oh, this is where I am now, and so you get bitter about things that aren't the way you want them to be, and I think perspective is an important thing. You have to remember where you came from, the work that you had to do to create the opportunity that you have now, and not take it for granted, because we all know that tomorrow's not promised. I think I am at a great place. I love where I'm at. I love who I work with, and I'm very fortunate, to have this job and to have the opportunity. It's just every day I think you have to do that. I think, if you can take 10 to 15 minutes a day and have some perspective time where you reflect on the journey that you've had and where you want it to continue to go, I think that's really important.
Oh, wow. Look at you. You got a Ram. What made you do that?
A lot of reasons.
A comfort you wouldn't believe. Luxury everywhere you look. Not to mention legendary Hemi V8 power.
Maybe I should switch.
More people are switching to Ram trucks than ever before, and now get $1,000 bonus cash if you make the switch during Ram Power Days. And now get an average $11,578 in total values on the 2019 Ram 1500.
Best tailgate, brisket.
No, real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. Dude, subs.
Hot dog.
Chili dog.
No, Dodger dog.
It's gotta be crawfish.
Now you're talking. Burgers.
7-layer dip. Ribs. No contest.
Hummus.
What?
You need a hot grill.
And an ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day.
Race day.
Calls for Coke. You know it.
Grab yourself a Coke.
It's tailgating 101.
The old saying, good things come to those who wait, is just that, old. Those good things, you have to get out there and chase them. We see it in the millions of people we fly around the world, all of them, living proof. Good things come to those who go.
With today's tools, all the information you need is just a click away.
I'm going to show you how to remove the...
And as a member of an electric cooperative, you have access to lots of valuable tools. Tools that help you do it yourself when it comes to controlling your home energy use and budget, leaving you free to be Dad.
How's life? How's being a coach? How are you? I'm good. I'm ready to get a little sleep this week. But I'm proud of the coaches and the players, and we're where we want to be. And now we just got to get better at some things. There's a lot to fix, and that's the fun part of it. There's still a lot of areas that we can get a lot better. My mind's off the last team, for sure. I'm already into us now. It's like you kind of look at yourself now as you're the enemy of yourself on film. Like you're watching it like I'm a coach for Clemson. That's how I'm looking at our film right now. Like what are they seeing? What are they going to attack? Where are we, you know, exposed in some places? And so that, you know, I can look at it with our offensive staff, defensive staff, special teams and say, hey, these are areas that I think we can get better and need to focus on. And then you can look at your plays and your defenses, your coverages, your formation tendencies, and try to even some things out too. A lot of good slot receivers coming up. It's a lot of good slot receivers coming up, yeah. And between Renfro in this game and the kid at Wake, Dortch.
I'm ready, I'm feeling good now, my body's feeling good.
That's great. Good. You want to reflect first on what you've put on tape as a coach, as a player, and identify areas that you've played well and continue that, and then identify areas that you haven't and figure out why. You know, is it scheme where we're just trying to force a play that we shouldn't be running? Is it player driven where we don't have the right guy or coach them the right way to do it? Or is it both? And then having, you know, recipes to fix those things. We meet with all the players and talk about their strengths and their weaknesses to this point and show them plays that they can play better. Because at the end of the day, we're doing the same thing Clemson's doing, or the next team we play or the next team. They're going to study us and find what they think they can work, you know, offensively, defensively, and special teams wise against what we've put on tape. Play the ball. Yeah, play the ball. Sometimes you get caught up and still grabbing guys. You know, go play the ball because you're in great coverage on some of that. And last year we had 4 DPIs in that game that we shouldn't have. You know, and once they cross the, yeah. Because you're going to have, once you hit the plus 30-yard line, it's fades. Yeah. Nobody necessarily always likes hearing the truth, but I think everyone respects that when they give it to them. And, you know, again, it goes back to, hey, here's the things you're doing well. Here's the things that you can do better. Here's the film, so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm not making this up. And do you see it? Yeah, and what do you think? And you ask them. And a lot of times they're harder on themselves than we are on them. You know, they want to play well, but it's a partnership that you have to have with them, and then creating a plan with them, like, hey, if it's your eyes, then before every play, I want you to say eyes. You know, like you have to have a plan for them and then help them when you go to practice. Those conversations carry over.
Like,
trust your training, dude. Yeah, trust your training, you know.
I know my problem is, like, when I'm in man coverage, I need to, like, I don't lock in. Like, I need to lock in. Like, it's a one-on-one.
You ever seen a racehorse?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Racehorses wear blinders when they train. So the only thing they can see is where they're running. Because if they don't, there's all that stuff around them.
Because I know I can play one-on-one coverage. Like, that's not an issue. It's like, I'm just, but like, that's like in one-on-one, it's like.
You need to say that to yourself. Focus.
Like, it's a one-on-one.
Every snap, you need to say that to yourself.
Yes, sir.
Just have a trigger word to get your eyes where they need to be, you know?
Yes, sir.
What you got to work on, man?
Stance, shooting hands more.
Leading with your hands, yeah. There's
I
time.
need to stop looking where I'm going. I kind of tend to lead in the Pirates. I lead where I'm going, so.
Showing it to them, huh?
Yeah. It's more fundamental.
Yep. The guys just bought into this 1-0 philosophy that we have of taking each day for what it is and trying to win those days and knowing that you don't get them back. And when you have that mindset and you, as a leader, make the guys underneath you follow you, I think we're getting that right now with Pratt and Ryan and Garrett and Steph. And, you know, you just see them driving their position groups to be like them. And the young linebacker group's definitely following Jermaine's lead, you know, and that helps your football team because it comes from me, then to the assistants, the strength coaches, but then ultimately it's them on the grass that have to be able to do it. Bags are inside, so imaginary weight is on my big right toe, right? Stepping with my left foot. I'm trying to get to the inside number of the bag. If he gets off and I can't get to it, now I'm bench pressing. That's what we call flattening him, right? In a perfect world, I'm getting to the inside number. If I can't let him have progress to the shield, okay? Here we go. You guys come across the ball in the inside gap for me now. All right, again, I'm your snapper here. Liz, set. That's it, good. Good job, here we go. Long stride's a way of life. Either the hammer or the nail, right? Long stride's a way of life. Some people live like that. That's how you do it, Brady Bodine. Either the hammer or the nail. What's your lifestyle? You know, for these guys, being consistent, being a hard worker, being honest, being the same guy for them every day so they know what they're going to get from me. You know, I think that's important, that they have that steady, I guess, you know, head person in their life. Maybe they didn't have that growing up, but they know what they're going to get from me, and our assistant coaches are the same way. I think when you're an up and down individual, it's hard to be a great leader, and that's why it's so important for us that, you know, we show them who we are as fathers and who we are as husbands. We bring our families into this a lot so they can see the other side of our lives.
3 blind mice. 3 blind mice. Go, Brock.
I like to eat rice.
See how they run. What is the next part of it? They all something. Do you know what it is, Lewis? Did you learn about the 3 Blind Mice song when you were little?
No.
Isaiah, Pep, 3 Blind Mice. You know the 3 Blind Mice song, right? Huh? Yeah. Because these guys don't know that.
Well, we're 5-0 and we're excited to be in that position right now. And you know, I'm very happy with how hard our guys have played. We haven't always been right, but we have cut down on the number of explosive plays for touchdowns. And the guys are playing extremely hard and physical and tough. You know, we're replacing a lot of starters. So a lot of new guys out there playing for the first time, and they've just had a great coach attitude, and they've had a willing heart, and they've played hard.
Don't hop, Brock, on your first step. Don't hop on that first step. Here we go, lead step, right foot, don't hop. There you go, good start, good start.
It's hard to get 11 guys to do everything right at the same time. So there's going to be mistakes, but if you can get guys playing hard, you can get guys playing tough, you can get guys when somebody does lose an individual battle or has a mistake, you know, that's when you can prevent those long, explosive plays. I think the guys have, you know, given us everything that they got. We still got things that we've got to correct moving forward, but they've played very hard, and I'm very proud of what they've done to this point.
All right, no, look at me. Look at me, stand right there and look at me. All right, as I'm right here, I shouldn't have to wasted movement with my head right there. All right, all I gotta do is look with my eyes. Look with my eyes. Don't have that wasted movement with your head. All right, do it again.
Give me your eyes. You know, that's one of the things with our players. They are very attentive, and they're locked in meetings. So that's never really been a problem with this group, because I think they're hungry. I really think they're hungry, and they've got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. But you know, sometimes the tone of the voice has to go up, and I tell them all the time, don't listen to my tone, hear my message. All right, so if I got to raise my tone to grab their attention, all right, then I raise my tone. But the most important thing is for them to hear the message.
Let's go, lock it in, focus, focus. Last day of work, 2 days off. Last day of work, 2 days off. Make your work matter, make it count.
You know, I really want to help these guys to be the best football players that they can be and have a great college career, because it's the most special time of their life. And at the same time, when their football life ends and they've got to go begin their next life's work, I want to see them to continue to have that success. And you know, the players mean a lot to me, more than just a football player. You know, I try and help them in any way that I can, and that door is always open for them to come in and talk about anything, whether it's football related, family related, you know, whatever it is that they need. I don't believe there's any magical defensive system. I think the magic is that you believe in what you're doing, and when that call leaves my hands to them and they get that call on the field, it's now their call. It's no longer my call. It's their call now. You be the magic, it's your call. All right, so I don't think there's any magical call or any magical defense. The players are the magic. when that call is given to them, take ownership in that call. You be the magic now. You know, football means a lot to me. I love what I do. I love the players that I work with. And I apologize. I love the coaches that I sit in the room with down there, and together we put a game plan together. Just everything about football and just the camaraderie, the family aspect of it. And taking a young guy coming in and then just see him grow and mature and come in as a young man and leave as a man. I just love all of that.
Best tailgate, brisket.
No, real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. Dude, subs.
Hot dogs.
Chili dog.
No, Dodger dog.
It's gotta be crawfish.
Now you're talking. Burgers.
7-layer dip. Ribs. No contest.
Hummus.
What?
You need a hot grill.
And an ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day.
Race day.
Calls for Coke. You know it.
Grab yourself a Coke.
It's Tailgate 101.
The Learfield Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or at L Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
It's the one and only Ford Truck Month, the place to find one-of-a-kind deals on Ford F-Series and the brand with the most J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards. With best-in-class towing and torque, these bad boys make the rules and break them. That's why it's America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. But like ribs at a barbecue, these deals won't last long. Ford Truck Month. It's buy now time, partner.
During Ford Truck Month, get a 2018 F-150 with 0 for 72 or $11,790 in total savings only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
With today's tools, all the information you need is just a click away.
I'm going to show you how to remove the...
And as a member of an electric cooperative, you have access to lots of valuable tools. Tools that help you do it yourself when it comes to controlling your home energy use and budget, leaving you free to be Dad.
How we doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's right. You doing all right, buddy? Good to see you. I'm doing great. Good to have you all with us today.
Tell him your name. Danny.
Danny, good to meet you. The way that you treat people, the karma that you put into your life and help other people in theirs is going to last longer in some cases than what they did on the field. I think the impact you make in the campus arena, the impact you make in our community, or even globally, as some of our guys have done now with community service in Africa. You know, when they talk about A.J. Cole and his missions that he's taken since he's been here, and some of his teammates that have gone with them, I mean, his legacy is going to be way beyond punting.
One of my favorite parts of each year we go is just seeing how the people that are there for the first time kind of respond to it and kind of react to the situation. And this year, this group is different because it was a smaller group, so I felt like the individual team got really close and we were just able to really focus our efforts on areas of need and really trying to serve the community in as good of a way as possible.
From the very beginning, it was something I wanted to do. But it was difficult because they always scheduled the trip around our spring break. And that was one of the only times for me to go home, being from Michigan.
The day I was leaving for the trip in 2017, that would have been, and he was like driving me to the airport and he was like, you know, if you go next year, I'm gonna come with you. So I was like, all right, like I'll hold you to that.
About a year ago, my parents moved down to Wilmington, and so I was able to see them a lot more throughout the season, throughout the off season. You know, I'd go through on weekends and stuff like that, and so it just kind of felt right. You know, after seeing him and a bunch of teammates go for 3 years, deciding to go. When they come back with, you know, saying that they've had these life-changing experiences, it just makes you want to have them as well.
I had always wanted to go on a mission trip, and AJ presented it to me the year before, and I was just kind of getting here. He mentioned about them traveling and going to Africa, and it was kind of short notice a little, and I didn't know the effect that it could possibly have on my life. I wish I would have made it a priority and kind of jumped into it not knowing. There were 4 houses like on the hill, and those 4 houses had at least 30 kids in them. Each one of these houses are probably 2 to 3 bedrooms. Now, 2 to 3 bedrooms, at least 30, 35 plus kids living in it. They got one parent in each home, a mother, and she's kind of like the mother for all of them. They don't have a fridge. Don't have a fridge. They don't have a stove. They're cooking, creating a fire, and they got this little pot. They don't have a sink, and it's just, I walked outside after walking in that home, and it was just mind-boggling that 30 to 35 plus kids can still find a sense of joy and peace.
The first couple years we were going, the teachers were hand copying the textbooks. So they're buying one textbook and hand copying it for 40 students. So these teachers need all of the ways that we're serving the kids just as much as the kids do.
The happiest people I've ever been around. The happiest people I have ever been around. And I just could not wrap my mind around that concept for like the first 3 days. I just couldn't. I'm like, how could people so poor be so happy? And they were rich in spirit, man. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful.
Wolf! Wolf! Wolf!
But what AJ did there, me explaining it won't do no justice to it. Like he literally like changed those kids' lives.
I have great relationships with so many of the kids that I've seen grow up the last 5 years I've been going.
Personally, I'm very proud of him. You know, he's maintained who he is, truly, you know, throughout the 4 years of college. And I think that's a testament to, you know, where his genuineness comes from. You know, I think he genuinely likes to keep his faith in the forefront of his mind in everything he does.
I think that's just like the reason that God's given us anything we've been given is to how can we use it to help others, and how can we use it not just for our own selfish desires. The only reason that we're talking right now is because I'm on the football team. The only reason that people are going to see this video is because I'm on the football team. So it doesn't change the what I've done, but it does change the exposure that it gets. And I've had, you know, NC State fans message me, tweet at me and say, hey, you know, one of the things I did for Christmas or for, you know, something was I'm sponsoring a child. Being an NC State football player, I'm standing on a platform I wouldn't otherwise be standing on. And that's kind of basically just taking everything I'm doing and it's just kind of giving me a megaphone, and it's allowing more people to hear about it and more people to learn about just the stuff that I've been passionate about, and the response to that's been really great.
And anybody in the United States can go over there and feel grateful, but especially coming from a Division I football program where we have meals provided for us, we have clothes and shoes and everything you could want. You know, everything you need in life is provided for us. You know, it definitely kind of changed your perspective when you come back. You know, you kind of just look around your room and you're like, why do I have all this stuff? I don't need this stuff. You know, you have a strong desire to donate all this stuff now.
Really, in any situation, you're going to have a different platform. So whether I'm working in a company and I've got coworkers or involved, you know, in a church, in a small group, something like that, I'll always have people that I can kind of continually involve. But really the goal is just to continue to build that area up until I feel like they don't need me anymore.
I think as human beings, if you never left the country, If you've never been outside of the U.S. and really had a chance to witness how people live their lives, you're kind of in a box a little.
Thing from kind of an appreciation, gratitude standpoint is it's really just shown me like I owe it to them to reach my fullest potential. Being on full scholarship at an incredible university like NC State, like any of them, they would all do anything to be in my position, so I owe them my work ethic.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
Best tailgate, brisket.
No, real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. Dude, subs.
Hot dogs.
Chili dog.
No, Dodger dog.
It's gotta be crawfish.
Now you're talking. Burgers.
7-layer dip. Ribs. No contest.
Hummus.
What?
You need a hot grill.
And an ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day.
Race day.
Calls for Coke. You know it.
Grab yourself a Coke.
It's tailgating 101.
With today's tools, all the information you need is just a click away.
I'm going to show you how to remove the...
And as a member of an electric cooperative, you have access to lots of valuable tools. Tools that help you do it yourself when it comes to controlling your home energy use and budget, leaving you free to be Dad.
This university is on a march to achieve our full potential.
We help empower each other to dream big and do big.
That's why I really love our slogan, Think and Do. When you get these folks from NC State, they don't mind rolling up their sleeves and getting their hands dirty.
Companies want to hire NC State students.
We make something impossible possible.
We've been equipped to go out there and do great things and to change the world.
It's in the DNA of the place. We're here to think and do the extraordinary.
This portion of One with Wolfpack Football is presented by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, bringing real Coke taste with 0 sugar and 0 calories to Wolfpack fans everywhere.
There's nothing that's more special than you coach a player, and then 3 years after they've graduated or left the program and you get an email or you get a message. You know, Coach, appreciate everything that you taught me, and I learned so much, not just football. You know, that makes you feel good. You know, we're in it to win games. That's our job. But at the same time, we want to try and help and develop these guys in every part of their life so that they can be successful life after football.
This game means so much to people that play it, but sometimes you take it for granted. That, hey, I'll have another practice or I'll have another game. Well, maybe you won't. You know, I mean, maybe you won't. And as a coach, you know, I can't just, oh, it was a bad year, we'll make up for it next year. No, I mean, we got to maximize every year that we get and take, you know, every opportunity we can to improve upon where we've been. And when you have the adversity that's going to come, because it does, being able to deal with it.
What do you think your life would be like if you didn't have football?
I don't know. I'd have a lot more free time, I think, but I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine not doing this, you know, but just the competitive part of this game that drives me, and the day in, day out ability to compete against somebody else and then measure yourself, it'd be hard to replace it.